G'day trendsetters, I'm coming to you from a pretty frigid day north of Pensacola, Florida, out in the Beaver Dam. I'm doing a 70-mile ride north into a forest area whose name I completely forget right now, but as you can see right behind me, there's a pretty nice road to start proceedings off, so hopefully this is going to be a fun ride.
This 68-mile, or if you prefer the metric system, 108-kilometre ride headed north out of the small community of Berrydale, Florida, and into the Blackwater River State Forest. The route took me through a bunch of cool, off-the-beaten-track dirt and gravel roads and into Brewton, Alabama, just north of the Florida Panhandle. For those who are curious, I'm aboard the Litespeed Ultimate G gravel review bike, shod with ENVE's G27 650B carbon wheels and WTB's Sendero tyres. All of these items are under review and will be coming soon to the Gravel Cyclist website and YouTube channel. And to make this ride extra special, I'm toting my drone camera on my back for the purposes of sweet video action and extra bonus workout points. Here's a nice photo of my steed for all of you to appreciate. As the sign indicates, I've crossed into Alabama. The capital city is Montgomery, and there are hundreds of miles of sweet dirt and gravel roads that are seldom travelled by anybody. As you can see in these scenes, the road surface has changed to red clay. On this day, the roads were super hard packed, but after rain, they tend to be a bit sticky, moist, and generally bad news for drivetrains. The bloke in that vehicle is one of the few vehicles I saw all day. And that's me, but do pardon the spare battery cable for my phone hanging out of my rear pocket. Now this section of the course was a bit sketchy, as you will soon see. It was supposed to be a super sweet cut through, but
So trendsetters, behind me is an example of when route planning goes astray. There used to be a bridge right behind me. In fact, I'll swing the camera around in a second. There's no real way for me to cross this little creek thing without possibly hurting myself. So I'm going to resort to plan B.
luckily for me, the Plan B workaround didn't require too much backtracking, and I was soon on my merry way along the remainder of the course. Alabama isn't flat, and this short but sweet descent was akin to a gravel road roller coaster with plenty of dips and rises. Brewton, Alabama was just over a third of the way through my journey and has a population of around 5,408 people circa 2010. The town was founded in 1885 with the primary industry being all activities related to timber. As I entered town, a CSX freight train happened to roll through, so some of the train fans out there may appreciate the next pieces of footage. Riding a gravel bike with a drone on my back, I was unable to outride the train.
You'll have to pardon the wind noise. I don't have a proper microphone at the moment, just a cell phone microphone, but I'm in Brewton, Alabama, and it's a pretty cool looking town, but unfortunately a lot of it is just abandoned. A lot of the buildings behind me are completely shuttered up and closed down, which is a real shame because that's a lot of what's happened to a lot of small town America. Just a lot of people have moved away and gone elsewhere, or say some of these big box businesses come in and kind of sign the death knell for these small towns.
Some parts of Brewton feature many old and historic homes, some of which were owned by descendants of the original timber barons who made a lot of money in this area. Back onto my course and away from Brewton, the route heads east for a while before taking a swing towards the south and eventually back into the Blackwater River State Forest and west towards Berrydale. This drone scene gives you a better idea of how nice these roads are to ride. Once in a while you may encounter a sandy spot or two, but I've ridden in southeastern Alabama in the past and had almost no troubles riding a 700C by 38mm tyre. I'm well into the Blackwater Forest, and recent rains filled creeks and left plenty of standing water. This footage is sped up and I got my feet very wet. And here is another example of standing water. Ironically, my route north through the Blackwater Forest was bone dry, whereas the south and westbound routes not so much. I rode some of this track and some of it I walked. When your shoes and socks are already soaked, you generally don't care too much about additional soakings.
This is like a dam. The road I'm on right now is pretty submerged, but this massive pile of water is about 2 feet above my feet. It wouldn't be a lot of fun if this dam-like structure was to collapse all of a sudden, I have to say.
The sun was beginning to set on this early November day, just a few days after the United States switched from daylight savings time to regular time, barring Hawaii and Arizona, states that don't observe DST hours. This time of the year is hunting season, so be cognizant of this fact should you ride in this area. This scene concludes the video. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell button to subscribe for updates of new videos as they are released. I'll see you in the next video.